All right, let's do question number 11. So, this one asks, or it tells you and then it asks, a region is prone to fires once every 40 years. The probability of fires in any one year is 1 over 40. So you could have figured that out from the first bit there. A region is prone once every 40 years, but they gave it to you right here. That's the probability of a fire in 1 year. Probability of fire in 1 year. Okay? Now, what is the probability of fires for 3 consecutive years? So when you've got the probability that A happens, and then the probability that B happens, or A happens again, whatever it is, some other probability of something happening, regardless of if it's different or the same thing, the probability of those happening consecutively is just multiply those. So, as long as we know that, this should be pretty straightforward. The probability of a fire in the first year times the probability of a fire in the second year times the probability of a fire in the third year. Well, every single time the probability is the same. It's 1 out of 40. So that's 1 over 40 times itself 3 times. Or in other words, 1 over 40 cubed. If you do that by hand, it's just the top cubed and the bottom cubed. 1 cubed is 1. 4 cubed would be 64. And then you've got 3 zeros. So 1 in 64,000, the chance that it happens 3 times in a row. If you wanted to do this in the calculator, you would just open your parentheses, put in 1, divide by 40, close parentheses, and you're going to hit the little arrow that points up underneath the clear button to raise to the third. So hit 3. If you hit enter, it's going to give you a decimal. That's okay. Just hit math. It's already going to be on the fraction option. Hit that. You've got answer points to a fraction. And it didn't like that. It did not want to convert that. So this is a case where you would have to do this a little bit manually. The calculator still keeps it in this 1.5625 e to the negative 5. So what you would have to do, even if you use a calculator, you'd have to know that this number gets cubed up there, and this number also gets cubed. So then you could just do 1 cubed, gives you 1, and 40 cubed. So I would just put in 40, put the little arrow pointing up, to the third, hit enter, and you get 64,000. So know your exponent rules. If you have a fraction raised to an exponent, it's just each individual thing raised to that exponent. And that is question 11.